Do you consider yourself famous?
Personally, I just see myself as a regular person. A lot of people say I'm famous. I don't really care, you know. Yeah.
According to people who think or consider you famous, what's the best part of that?
Um, the best part about being famous, I'd say, I guess the free stuff that come with it. That's all I can think of.
What's the coolest free perk you've received thus far?
The coolest free perk. Let's see.
And if
My,
you don't have a favorite, me just asking you that, maybe there's one that comes to mind.
I don't really have a favorite, yeah. I mean, I've received various things, money, just a lot of things, but nothing really that comes to mind that's like my favorite thing.
Mm.
Yeah.
Whenever you've gotten money for free, you ever deny it?
Oh, no.
You accept it.
I accept it, yeah.
On the opposite end of the spectrum, worst part of being quote unquote, your quotes, your air quotes, famous.
Oh, the worst part?
Yeah. If the free stuff's the best, what's the worst?
Honestly, I think the great thing about, my situation is I could switch out clothes. So for the most part, you won't really know who I am with regular clothes. But there are times when people do catch, that it's me with regular clothes. So I guess, sometimes privacy. Yeah.
And we'll dive into that a little deeper here shortly. But when it comes to being famous, is that a skill in and of itself?
No.
Being famous.
No, I don't really see it as a skill. I just see, like, anybody can become famous. It could be through just bad antics, pulling like a 6ix9ine, or just doing stupid stuff. I don't feel like that's a skill. I think that's just you're creating some sort of attention.
Is it fair to say some people are good with being famous and some people are bad with it?
Yeah, for sure.
In the sense that when it comes to taking pictures with people, attitude, things of that nature.
Yeah, some people know how to handle it well. Some people know how to take the good with the bad because that's what, comes with being famous. So, and other people don't, they just don't know how to handle it.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate yourself?
As far as
handling being famous, quote unquote.
I say a 9.5. Yeah.
Now, is that something you wanted growing up? Did you want fame?
No, actually, I was very shy growing up, and I didn't really talk too much. I was kind of put in a corner growing up that kind of forced me to go out of my shell and to do what I'm doing now.
Do you go ahead?
Oh, no.
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that a little bit specifically?
It was just more so of, like, there was a point in time where I just didn't know what I wanted to do in life. I think I was like 25, 26. I was working for my mom at this shop. They own an African grocery store. And, I just didn't want to do it anymore. I felt like I gave a lot of my years to my parents, and I wanted to give the rest of my years to myself. So I decided that, I wanted to do something of my own. So that kind of forced me to go out of my shell. And especially at the time, I didn't really have a lot of money. So, yeah.
Is that a conversation you actually have with your parents, or is that something you just take upon yourself and do?
Well, as African, as having African parents, they always want you to, go to school, and they always want you to, get a degree or be a doctor, this, that, and third. So, yeah, there'd be times where I would, pinch at them and let them know that, there's certain things that you want me to do that I don't agree with, and I may venture away. Sometimes they, shy it away, but eventually I had to put my foot down and let it be known.
What was their reaction when you do put that foot down?
My mom got emotional. She got really emotional, and I had to get over it and just move forward. Yeah.
And speaking of education, care to share how far you've gone with your education?
Yeah. I went to VCU. It was in Richmond. I went for like 3 years, and my pops passed, so I had to go back and help my mom at the shop. So I had to go back and take care of her. So I never finished. Yeah.
Do you consider yourself a dropout?
Oh yeah, I'm a dropout.
College dropout.
Yeah.
Is there any plans to go back, or is that it for you on the education side of things?
Nah, for me right now, there's no plans on going back. Yeah.
And for time reference, it's July 2021 now.
Yes, sir.
Now, have you, because this is not something you wanted when you grew up, fame, quote unquote, have you adjusted to it yet?
Like I said before, I don't really consider myself famous. I just consider myself like doing something that I love, and whatever comes with it, I take it. Yeah.
Now, it's one thing for people to see you on social media.
Mm-hmm.
It's another for people to see you in real life. What's the reaction you receive when people see you in real life?
I think people expect me to dance 24/7. They kind of forget that, Mufasa is a character, and it's not like a real life person. But, like I, stated before, I take what comes with it, and, I don't dance 24/7. Like if somebody asks me to dance, I won't dance. But, if somebody asks me to vibe with them, I'll vibe with them. Other than that, then yeah, just be myself.
Do you ever get tired of dancing?
Um,
Not being asked to do it on command, but just overall speaking, from doing it for so long, are you tired of it?
I think for me, dancing is a form of expression, and I enjoy dancing because it's another way that I can express myself. Do I get tired? I think the older I'm getting, of course I get tired, but since I work out, kind of balances out. So I don't think I get tired, but I know there's more things that I'm working on, like I'm doing music. We just went platinum and double platinum in like different areas of the world. So, I'm venturing off to different things eventually. So I won't be dancing for the rest of my life. Yeah.
And what are you referencing here that went platinum and double platinum?
Oh, it's a song called Friday. So we did a video in 2019. It's funny because it's like 2 months after Amazon let me go. I was trying to figure out what type of content that I'm gonna do next with my Hypeman. Shout out to CT, that's my Hypeman's name. So eventually we were doing like hip hop songs, and we wanted to do something different. So we kind of went the EDM route. It's a song called Push the Feeling. I don't know if you heard it, by Nightcrawlers.
Okay.
So we kind of made a remix out of that video. And then a couple years later, Sony approached us to make a remake, and, we went platinum and double platinum, broke some records. So, the funny thing is, I want to add this, starting this whole journey, what I wanted to do was approach record labels and try to get them to work deals with me for getting their streams up by me doing videos. And I would go to these labels and they would play me, like straight up play me. And, that was like 2019. And fast forward 2021, we went platinum. So, yeah.
Now, what about the Mufasa character? You tired of that?
Nah, that's a good question. Nah, I'm actually not. That's like my first love, in a sense. Like it's like a baby, you know, that I'm just taking care of as this journey's going on, and the fact that it's excuse me, the fact that it's affected a lot of people in a great way, kind of hard for me to get tired of it because it's affecting people in a positive way rather than in a negative notation. So,
CT, are you guys biologically related at all?
nah, that's just my boy from. We went to the same high school. Well, we were both in the same high school in ninth grade. Then we separated after that, and it wasn't until I came back from home, my third year of college, when I came back. Uh, he also came back home, and we actually met up again years later. Yeah.
Care to share what home is?
Virginia. Yeah.
You and CT, do you remember how you first met him? Very first time?
I don't really recall, but I think it was through basketball. I used to break ankles, back in the day. It's like, I sucked, but yeah, I'm pretty sure it was through basketball somehow.
Like a pickup game, a basketball organization?
I want to say, what is it called? Open gym.
Okay.
Yeah, open gym. Yeah, that's cool.
And what high school was this?
Woodbridge High School.
What happened with Amazon?
I guess I just wasn't doing the work well enough for them, so they eventually let me go. I was actually doing it with my manager, and they let us go. And at the time, I was like, man, I don't really know what to do. So I used that time to just put majority of my energy into skits, and started paying off. It actually happened at the right time.
You were fired from Amazon, technically?
Correct.
And what was your role there?
I was doing delivery, a delivery guy.
And how long were you doing that for before the firing took place?
I was doing that for a year. I want to say a year and some change. Before that, I was doing HVAC. Hated that job. It's horrible. I was getting underpaid dramatically. And I would drive like an hour or 2 hours just to, get underpaid. Yeah, it was horrible.
Were those the only jobs you had? Working for the grocery store, Amazon, and the HVAC situation?
Yes. Oh, actually, no. I actually worked at a pizza place in 10th grade, but that didn't last. I think I worked there for like a week or two.
What happened?
I think I had I got suspended. Like I had ISS or something like that because I got into a fight or something. So my parents was like, no, you can't work there no more or something like that. From what I remember, yeah.
Care to share the name of the pizza place?
Bo Shelly's Pizza. Yeah.
HVAC company?
I don't remember, but I know that they are no longer operating. They went bankrupt.
How long did you do that gig for?
I think there for like 8 months.
Fired or quit?
I quit. They put me in a position where they wanted me to work more days, and I was like, no, because I was trying to do skits. I was trying to focus on skits. So originally I was working 4 days, and the rest of the days I would work on skits. And even the days that I would work, after work, I would, try to do more skits. So they were trying to cut that down, and I was like, nah. Yeah.
Did you do skits at any of the places you worked at?
Probably my parents' shop. Yeah.
And what was the chronological order of your jobs? What was first?
So, my parents' shop, I've been doing that since I was like 4 years old, very young. My parents' shop, the pizza place, back to my parents' shop. HVAC, Amazon. Yeah.
What was your role at the grocery store?
I was a cashier, and I cut meat. Pause.
And at the pizza place, what was your role there as well? I know it wasn't long, but...
Yeah, I just made pizza. Yeah.
And at HVAC, what was your role?
I was a helper. At the time, just helping the main person and just shadowing them as they work.
What was the goal supposed to be at that job? Was it ever supposed to surpass who you were shadowing?
My personal goal there?
Well, maybe not your personal goal, but what was supposed to happen at that job? Were you supposed to overtake who you were shadowing at one point in time?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
It just never got to that.
Nah. Yeah.
Now, backtracking to my original question, when people see you in real life, what about your height? Do they say you look shorter in person, taller in person?
You know, I was in London a couple of days ago. They were saying I look shorter in person. I was like, really? You know, I'm 6'1", but they say in videos I look a lot taller, which is funny.
What about your weight? Bigger in person or thinner in person?
I don't know, I've been working out a little bit, so probably a little bigger in person.
Now, what type of place do you get recognized the most? Not city or location, but type of place.
In the streets. They literally, like, I could be walking down the street, or like I could be driving and somebody recognizes me. Yeah.
Ever play it off?
Like try to act. Oh yeah, all the time. Like try to act like it's not me.
Exactly.
Oh, I do it all the time.
And why do you do that?
I just try to play around, or I just try to mess around with my acting skills, see if people actually believe me.
When it comes to photos and people requesting you for a photo, ever denied a picture?
No, I always take it.
What if you're not looking like yourself, not in character? Do you still take the photo?
Yeah, I just take it.
Might not have the latest haircut. Still take the photo?
Still take it.
Might be under the weather.
Still take it.
Strangest place you've been asked for a photo? Anything out of the norm? Any weird...
Bathroom.
Okay.
Yeah, very weird.
While you were in the middle of a number 1 or 2? Or?
Nah, like washing my hands type thing.
Do you end up taking the photo in the bathroom, or?
Nah, I get out the bathroom first.
Now, on the opposite end of the spectrum, has a well-known person, celebrity, famous person ever denied you for a photo request?
I'm pretty sure. I can't really think of one. Probably like in the beginning, like when I really first started doing skits. I can't really think.
But someone did.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure.
When it comes to photo requests, what's the best way for someone to ask someone of your stature for a photo?
Along the lines of, do you mind if I take a picture with you? It's fine.
What are the rules? What are the etiquette, the guidelines, the do's and don'ts taking a photo with someone like yourself?
I think there's a lot of people that like to overdo it. Like, they'll take like 10, 20 photos, do the same photo too. And, you know, if the first couple of photos didn't work, then it's probably just never going to work. So, you know, just go with the best one, the best set of photos that you taken, you know, so, yeah.
Anything else?
Nah.
Okay. Relatively speaking, do you wish you could live a normal life?
No.
Do you still run errands?
Outside? Yeah, I still run errands.
Still go to the grocery store?
I still go to the grocery store, yeah.
Gas station?
Still go.
Mall?
I still go.
As you get more popular, more successful, earn more income, how do you deal with friends and family asking for money?
Um, my mom is probably like the only person I give my last dollar to. You know, when she asks for money, I just give it to her, cause she did the same for me growing up. You know, so why not?
Ever told someone no?
As far as giving money,
Yeah.
yeah,
What's been the reaction?
you're different.
How do you decide who you say no to?
I think for me, it depends on if it touches my heart. Yeah.
Have you had to cut anyone off because of their reaction?
No, I had to cut people off, but not because of that.